This is my wife's car. She said it had 0 pounds of pressure in it and that it was sitting on all 4 rims. Her and the kids were in imminent danger of the car exploding if I didn't immediately put air in the tires. She knows what it takes to get things done around here. Hey, why am I in the Scrambler with this mirror that's in the way? Well, it's supposed to make the video more interesting. Look at this. Do any of you guys have Jeeps? This is apparently a thing. I got a whole bag of them. So, like, if you drive a Jeep and you see somebody else that has a cool one, you're supposed to put this, you know, like on their dashboard or something to tell them cool Jeep. I don't know, kind of funny, I guess. So I picked these 10 things for today's video because I think, well, they're creative and maybe some things that you haven't seen before. Some are expensive, some are not. Some you could just buy off the shelf, some you have to make. Hopefully we got a good mix, but hopefully it's something you could find useful and use in your own shop. Number 1 on my list is a moisture drain for my air compressor. This is a big Ingersoll Rand 2-stage compressor, and it has a lot of moisture, oily moisture built up in the tank. You've got to drain it. So rather than just opening the valve and shooting this stuff all over the floor, I put this pipe to the outside. I just turn it on for a little while here, let it blow some of that oily water out, and then we shut it back off. So this one is my floor drain. It goes in the center of my shop. This is where everything that melts, runs off, gets washed, runs into this drain. It goes out to a triple basin catch. It's like an oil separator, and then eventually into the septic field. Anyone who has a shop could tell you wall space is kind of at a premium. You know, when you get a big shop like this, you have a lot of middle, which is great for pulling vehicles in, things like that. But when you've got to hang stuff up and put it away, you need a little more space. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you can see here, I've got my pallet shelves. They're kind of a mess right now. But what I was finding is I needed less shelf space and more wall space to hang things up. Also needed a place to store my plywood. So I took this end section and I made it into kind of a vertical storage rack for the plywood. And you can see here, I got some hooks on the end. What I've done here is taken this 7/16 OSB and I took a bolt all the way through. You can see it inside there. It's got a carriage head on this side and just a nut there. I tightened it down and that has become a wall that I can put hooks and hang things on the end. So I put it on the inside, both ends of this unit here, this section. Put this vertical plywood in there, and I did it at the other end as well. And I've got the shelves in between those, and actually here you can see I put some plywood on there. Kind of makes these more like a workbench, if you will. Easier to slide things in and out on those racks. Okay, so if you are under the age of 40, you're probably going to struggle with this one or not be able to relate. This cabinet is for Rolodex cards. Back in the olden days, before computers, I can't even believe I'm explaining this, these drawers were used to keep little cards in with company information, kind of like in the library, the Dewey Decimal System. I keep my electrical and plumbing supplies in it now. So the next thing on my list is this WinRack toolbox. This is expensive, but hear me out because, well, if you're looking for a nice toolbox, this is it. I was looking for something to keep a lot of tools in, again, that wall space thing, and I'm not even a big fan of drawers. You know, I think that drawers are where tools go to die. You put them in there and you never see them again. But I think if it's done right, you know, some of it's inevitable. You have so much stuff, you got to find a place to put it all. This is a great option. I was looking at like high-end mechanics toolboxes, and while this is expensive, and it's what, 12 feet long here? So if you're comparing it to, you know, 2 or 3 big like snap-on toolboxes, this is a fraction of the price. I want to say this was in the like $7,000 range. So let's take a look at it. This one is called the Big Ox. So it is, like I said, 12 feet long here, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers up and down with 4 bays, if you will, so 20 drawers. And inside these drawers, they have dividers. Look at that, I happen to pull the neatest one in the whole toolbox. But they've got these dividers front to back, and you can adjust the width of each column, if you will. And then they have these side-to-side ones here as well that you can take in and out and put wherever you want. I guess if you were going to use the side-to-side ones, you'd have to use that width. But boy, there is a lot of storage in here. You know, it's got varying different, you know, depths of drawers. So you got some, looks like 3-inch, 4-inch, 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 8-inch, something like that. I'm probably off on those numbers, but very useful. It has this 1/4-inch steel top on it that is brake bent in the back like a backsplash. And these here, they actually sell you, I've got it in here somewhere, it's a paddle that slides in there. So you can attach a vise or a grinder, whatever you want. It's got it at both ends, and pull it out of the drawer and slide it in there as you need it. So that's pretty cool. It is a solid steel frame. It sits on these legs here. There's 4 of them. And there's actually one adjustable one in the middle, so you don't get any sag in the middle. I just pick it up with the forklift. So I was talking before about not liking drawers, and here's the proof. This is how I store most of my tools. I like to have everything out where I can see it, and I know if you were, you know, taking Instagram photos or something, this is I don't know, maybe some people get into this, but for me to be able to see everything here and not have a million drawers, these are kind of the things I use most frequently. That WinRack tool chest is in the other end of the shop. This is in my woodworking area, but I like to just be able to, you know, grab all of my wrenches, for changing blades, a couple scissors, pliers. I just keep kind of a basic set of basic things right here where I can see them. But these little magnet holders, I just get them on Amazon. They have, I don't know, this is a yellow and black one. I think, well, I don't know if they're different strengths. They're certainly different lengths. But I just screw some of those to this little shelf I screwed to the underside here. They've worked real well. I've got them in the other side of the shop under my loft as well. I really like these little magnet things. That brings up this while we're at it. But you can see here, I just took some plywood. This is even just like a BC sanded plywood. Cut these horseshoes in there, I guess. I don't know what else to call them. And then I just slipped the battery packs of the tools in there, hang them all up so I could see what I got. I'm assuming that'll work for any brand. So the next thing on my list here are these Magport dust ports. I did a whole video just on these. It's a way to hook up your dust collection ports to each tool. If you're like me and in your shop you've just got, I've got 2 ports there. One goes to the table saw and another one is just a free hose, and I move it from tool to tool. I'm in here working by myself. I don't see any reason to have everything plumbed in permanently. So I just move it around as I need it. These work really well, you know, for that quick change. They're easy on and off. Again, I did a whole video on this. I'll try and link that, or as many of the videos I've done on some of these things, in the description. This here is new. This is a giant funnel. It is called the Tote Top Mega Funnel, and I just got it. I was using just a round barrel and keeping the oil in it. The place that picks up my oil doesn't want to come out unless you have 500 or more gallons. So I've got 2 of these totes. This sits on top here. Let me grab you guys. You can see here it's got this screen in it, and the hole underneath this screen here is just a big funnel. Let's see if we can. You can see how that kind of just comes in the bottom right into the lid on the tote. Anything you put on the top is going to make its way where it needs to be. So all my pans, everything, when I get done changing oil, I just flip them upside down on top and let them drip dry there. That's awesome. Prevents a lot of mess, gives me a great place to keep these. So I'll try to film this one without blinding you guys in the lights. But this black beam here, this is a save the best for last. This beam is through bolted over the top of the bottom cord of my trusses. That probably makes no sense. But that winch up there is on 2 trolley caster setups from Harbor Freight. It's a Harbor Freight winch, and it's got this line with a controller coming down here. So I plug this in, and I can hoist anything I want up into a truck, up here into my loft, whatever I need. This thing has been more than useful. It was just kind of my own idea here. We made it happen when the steel guys were here for the house. It's pretty cool. I really like this. So there it is, my top 10, I don't know, 11, 12, 13, whatever it wound up being. But those are a bunch of things in my shop that I think are kind of neat. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the support, the comments, everything. That's a lot of fun. So keep it up. In one of the last videos, people were putting down where they're from. That was fun. I see some other YouTubers doing that in their videos as well. But it is fun to get to excuse me. It is fun to get to know you guys. So keep it up, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.